So, as I've been coaching teachers recently, one topic that keeps coming up is how could I have an exit ticket when I'm teaching an online live lesson or even a recorded lesson? An exit ticket is a great tool that teachers use to do a quick assessment after a mini lesson to see what they really have grasped onto and understood, and maybe what you need to do some more explicit teaching and modeling in. And it's also great for that interaction and engagement for the student. And so I have three different ways that I'm going to share with you today that I think you could use an exit ticket when you're live online teaching or recording. But I hopefully it'll spark some ideas in you, because I think the possibilities are really endless with this. The first one idea that I want to share with you is Google Jamboard. Google Jamboard is an extension. So if you look over here, like in your Google Apps, it's right down here as an extension. If it's not there, you can add it very easily. Just Google search Jamboard and you can add it. I recently used this as an exit ticket with a third grade lesson that I had done. We had been learning about character traits, and so at the end of the lesson, I wanted them to connect this to themselves. What is your character trait? And so I created this Jamboard I just added an image of the billboard. That was sort of the theme of the lesson. And then I shared it over here with this blue button. And when you share a Jamboard, if you want them to be able to add to it as an exit ticket, you got to make sure that they're marked editor on the link. You want to make sure that they're an editor. If they're just a viewer, they won't be able to add to it, but you want to make sure that they're an editor. Then copy the link, and I pasted it right into the chat. Then they went into the chat, clicked on it, and then they were on to this Jamboard. And then they could come over here and add a sticky note and add to it as their exit ticket. Another one that another Jamboard I've used as an exit ticket is our ABC chart. Many teachers love our Smeckens ABC chart. You could maybe get the ABC chart started with them, and then their exit ticket would be to add another detail, and so you could do the same thing, share it, make sure that they're an editor, and then they can add details that way. Another idea would be like a pro con. Maybe you're doing some persuasive writing and you've been working on this in the mini lesson. Then as an exit ticket, they could add a pro or a con, a sticky note, just as long as you make them an editor when you share that link. So that's Google Jamboard. Another idea would be to use Flipgrid, flipgrid.com. It's a great website for teachers. It's free, where you can create tasks where they record themselves. I think you could use this for all subjects. But as an exit ticket recently, I used it in conjunction with the ABC chart, and we had been filling up the ABC chart with details about their school lunch. So as their exit ticket, I wanted them to record themselves sharing their three most favorite tiny close-up details from their ABC chart. And so I created it very, very easily and quickly in Flipgrid. And then once you create a task, it gives you a link. I put that link right into the chat. They clicked on it, and then you can see underneath the task, their answers, their exit tickets start popping up, and you can see their responses. And you can add in the settings, you can make it so that everybody sees everybody else's responses, which is kind of a cool way to get them interacting and seeing each other when they're not physically in the classroom together. And so, but you can adjust that setting if you don't want them to see everybody's responses. But that's the idea of using Flipgrid as an exit ticket. Another option, a third option, would be to set up a poll. If you use Zoom, I'm going to show you how you can set up an exit poll in your Zoom meeting. I'm sure that there are similar ways you could do this in like Google Meets and Microsoft Teams and things like that. But in Zoom, you have to go to the website, not the app. So you have to go to zoom.us. So once you do that, you can go into the meetings here and set up a poll. It's at the very bottom where it says poll here. You click add, and then you can title the poll. You can put your question. You can make it multiple choice or single answer. And then you can even add a second question if you want. Then you click save. And once you do that, that poll will be saved to that meeting. So once you open that meeting, you can launch the poll at any point. So if you want to use it as an exit ticket, you could launch it at the end, and they have to answer that poll before before they exit the meeting. And so I know with Zoom, you may have to enable the polls in your settings. But once you do that right here, like in settings, once you do that, it will be an option down at the bottom of the meeting. And so I just wanted to share these ideas with you, but hopefully it sparks some more ideas in you of how you could do this. If you were going to do it recorded, if you weren't going to do it live, I still think you could put the links to like Flipgrid or Jamboard right underneath that video link. So you could say at the end of your video recording, you could say, I'm making this exit ticket. I want you to click on the Flipgrid link, or I want you to click on the Jamboard link right underneath the video to complete your exit ticket. And I think you could use those same things in a recorded situation as well. So hopefully this helps and gives you some ideas to create exit tickets when you're remote teaching.